Today I caught up with Carl Dixon, the founder of E.M.B.S, to understand more about the relationship between the horizontal to always module building solutions and economic growth. Hi, Carl. Last time we spoke, you mentioned about horizontal route. To always module provides better opportunities for economic growth over other methods of building stock. Can you explain a little more?
Okay, well, let's dismiss others first. Two examples. If you took traditional building stock, it is very unpalatable to send resources from one country to another to apply to the build of infrastructure or project based housing. Vertical manufactured building stock can achieve this goal, but it doesn't seem economically viable to build a product in one country and ship it halfway around the world. The horizontal route is very different. And I don't think you can attribute the horizontal route as the catalyst for change. It is the solutions that provide and facilitate the horizontal route that are important. And the overall end game is to provide as much capability at the regional level as needed or desired. Let's take design technology as an example. The design technologies we apply system into component, into product, into project. This not only facilitates the ability to fund a deliverable by engaging multiple entities, but it also, from a technical perspective, allows a linear build, but amongst a number of contributing entities, not necessarily in one place. You can fabricate the steel in one area, ship to be assembled in another, to assemble the components in another, ship to another country to be assembled as a product. So it is the facilitation that creates both micro and macro economic drivers.
Can you give an example?
I think the closest example would be domestically in China, the rural market. The rural market is engaged currently in developing its infrastructure as the major cities are virtually complete. You also have a large degree of migrating or remigrating human resource back to those regional rural areas by setting up a manufacturing facility which is supported by a central hub and provide the technologies either through the vocational training center or via the central hub. You actually engage local resources to be employed to build their own housing stock. But as you're doing that, you're actually educating human resources on a multitude of technologies and skills. In order to do that, lean manufacturing, project management, program management, financial management. Therefore, those skills can be either applied to extend from local to regional to national distribution of product or components to product, and even international. Or you could utilize those skills back into a wider spectrum of manufactured opportunities.
Right, I understand. By breaking down the delivery route, you can expand the market. By creating high advanced technologies, you can create the necessity for intellectual development, and its combination that affects economic growth.
Yes, I mean, what I'm basically trying to say is that you have solutions that facilitate the horizontal route. The horizontal route engages a multitude of entities to contribute to the delivery of a given project. And whilst you're doing that from a regional basis and re education, that education can either be used to expand upon the local facility to a wider range, or that resources can be further utilized in other industries for growth, yes.
All right, before you go, I know you have another appointment. I want to ask you, you use the term E.M.B.S. More than other terms to describe off-site building technology. Is there any reasons?
Well, the OS bit is easy, offsite. The E.M.B.S, there's two reasons. One, it differentiates between the millions of modular service providers that emerge frequently. They have to ask what E.M.B.S is. You mentioned modular, you've either succumbed to the perception of it or they're already doing it. The other and more important reason is that E.M.B.S stands for Engineered Manufactured Building Solutions or Engineered Manufactured Building Stock, depending upon the context. And it is used to describe the length and breadth of application of E.M.B.S technologies. If you take the E, for example, a question I'm often asked, too often, is that how can you have a proactive product to market yet meet the regional or national codes for that building stock? Well, the E is for engineering. We don't engineer a product that doesn't meet the requirements. Now, the technology is between a generic build and the adaptation and flexibility of that build. Well, that's our IP. But what I'm saying is that the E stands for engineering. Yes, it meets your standards. So that's why I utilize E.M.B.S other than volumetric or panelized systems because it applies to all.
Oh, thank you for your experience. Okay, next time I get to speak with Carl, I want to ask him how important of transfer of knowledge through vocational training is on the globalization of manufactured housing stock.